I lay there blindfolded, breathless, my heart still warm from the way my husband had spoken to me. The room was quiet, a soft calm wrapping around me, my mind drifting in the moment. But then I felt something. The air shifted, a subtle change, something different. A quiet step, a small movement nearby, and a slow realization came over me. We weren't alone. Before we dive in, please take a quick second to like this video and hit subscribe. It's fast and easy. It helps the channel more than you know, and it makes sure you don't miss the next videos. Thanks for being here. Let's begin. His hands found mine before I could think. Steady, familiar, but somehow different tonight. I gasped softly as he drew me gently toward the counter. His breath warm against my neck, his grip firm but caring, his fingers tracing slow, thoughtful lines along my arm. My body reacted before my mind caught up, leaning into him, craving the closeness we hadn't shared in so long. This wasn't like him. Not recently. For years. Our connection had felt routine, predictable. But tonight, something was changed. There was a new spark in the way he spoke, the way he held me, the way he stayed close, like he needed me near him more than ever. I barely managed a breath. How you plan to start our anniversary, I whispered. His lips curled into a small smile. It's just the beginning. Warmth spread through my chest, the dim lantern light, the soft music, the untouched bottle of sparkling cider. Everything I had thought was simple romance now felt like something deeper, something planned, a setup. My throat tightened as he reached behind me, pulling something from the drawer. The soft whisper of fabric sliding between his fingers sent a shiver through me, a blindfold. My pulse stumbled. "Trust me," he murmured, brushing my jaw gently with his knuckles. I hesitated, and his hand tightened around mine. Not rough, just steady. "Do you trust me?" he asked softly. I exhaled, heat rising in my cheeks, and finally nodded. His smile deepened. The fabric slid over my eyes, and the world went dark. His fingers laced through mine as he guided me forward. I followed closely, my breath shallow, my skin alive with anticipation. Every step felt heavier than the last, the cool floor beneath my bare feet grounding me as he led me into the bedroom. The mattress dipped as I reached it, and his hands steadied me at my waist. "Are you sure?" he asked, his voice low, teasing but patient. I swallowed, my pulse pounding. Yes. The gentle rustling of fabric filled the space between us as he helped me out of my cardigan. His fingertips brushed lightly against my arms, each movement calm, giving me space to stop him if I wanted to. But I didn't. I wanted the closeness, the warmth, the connection. The blindfold heightened everything. The way his hands skimmed my hips, the way his breath warmed my collarbone before he pressed a soft kiss there. My fingers curled into the sheets as he guided me onto the bed, my heart racing, my mind spinning. Then I felt a soft wrap of fabric around my wrist. He paused. "Tell me if you want me to stop." I exhaled a long, unsteady breath, then shook my head. The fabric tightened, not harsh, just enough to remind me that I had chosen to trust him. My choice, my moment. He sat beside me, warmth radiating from his presence. His voice a quiet hum as he spoke, gentle words, loving words, words that wrapped around me like a blanket. His thumbs brushed slow circles along my forearms, grounding me, steadying me, calming me. Every whispered sentence drew a soft shiver from my skin, not from touch, but from the meaning in his voice. He knew exactly what he was doing. He talked to me about us, about memories, about why tonight mattered to him. His words were soft, careful, almost reverent. My breath caught, my back arching slightly with every tender phrase, every heartfelt confession. The air shifted again. His hand paused. The space beside me felt empty. I frowned, my lips parting. I waited for his touch, his voice, anything. But instead, I heard the quiet creak of floorboards, the subtle rustling of clothing. He was moving away. "Ryan," I whispered, my voice still thick, hazy. He didn't answer at first. A pause, a hesitation. Then the bed dipped as he leaned close again. His fingers brushed my jaw, his lips hovering near mine. "I told you," he breathed. "I had a surprise for you." My breath caught. I barely had time to think before I heard it, the door unlocking. The hinges groaned softly as it swung open. A chill raced down my spine. Someone else was here. She looks even better than I imagined, a low voice said. Heat rushed through me. Fear, curiosity, confusion tangled together. My chest tightened. I was still blindfolded, still loosely bound, still breathless. And now we weren't alone. My breath came in sharp, uneven pulls. In the darkness, my senses sharpened. I could hear them, both of them. The warmth of Ryan's earlier touch still lingered on my skin, keeping me anchored, even as the presence of someone new sent a wave of uncertainty through me. Yes, I was nervous. But beneath that, something else stirred. Curiosity, a strange, tender anticipation. Their voices drifted around me, low, calm, gentle, filling the room with a quiet tension that felt strangely safe. She's shaking, the stranger said softly, but with a hint of amusement. Ryan moved closer instantly, his fingers brushing my thigh in reassurance. She's just taking it all in, he murmured. His touch was an anchor, a reminder that he was right there, that this moment, however strange, was still mine, still safe. She's beautiful like this, the other man added, his voice closer now. A shiver ran down my spine. Then a touch, not Ryan's, a new hand. It glided over my arm. Slow, careful, almost respectful. I stiffened, my heart slamming against my ribs. Ryan's hand rested on me in an instant, his thumb tracing soothing circles on my hip. If this is too much, just say so, he whispered. I exhaled slowly, and my body relaxed. Silence stretched between the three of us. Thick, expectant, as if they were waiting for my signal, my choice. A warm breath brushed my ear. A deep, steady inhale, then a soft whisper. Only if you want this. My lips parted. My pulse raced. And then I made my choice. The first touch of the stranger's presence was gentle, his voice near mine, speaking quiet words of admiration, appreciation, and calm encouragement. I tensed for a heartbeat, then melted into the moment. My senses overwhelmed by the sound of his voice blending with Ryan's. The contrast between the familiar and the new sent a shiver through me. Ryan squeezed my hand, grounding me, guiding me. You're perfect like this, he whispered against my shoulder. Then I felt it, another presence near my lips, not touching, just waiting, asking. My pulse thundered. I hesitated only a second before breathing out, giving permission with my silence, my steadying breath. A low hum of approval came from the stranger. Ryan's voice brushed my ear. Just breathe. I did, and their words filled the space around me, warm, encouraging, reverent. They spoke to me, about how strong I was, how loved, how cherished. Their voices worked together, lifting me, carrying me, surrounding me in a cocoon of affection and attention. Time blurred. The moment deepened. Their words wrapped around me like a warm current, holding me on the edge of something overwhelming. Emotion, connection, release. And then they shifted me gently, carefully, respectfully. The fabric around my wrists loosened, but the blindfold stayed, keeping me in the dark, keeping me in the moment. Strong hands supported me as I moved, guiding me forward with utter care. My palms pressed lightly against a warm chest, new, unfamiliar, but steady. Ryan's touch remained on my back, grounding me. I breathed in and let myself feel the closeness, the shared heartbeat between all three of us. The stranger spoke softly, admiration in his tone. Ryan whispered loving promises against my collarbone. Words that sent waves of emotion through me, steady and soft. The moment stretched, deepened. Their voices intertwined, creating something like music, something I had never experienced. Just when I felt myself reaching the edge of tears, of release, they moved me again slowly, gently, Zdali, gently, helping me settle back against Ryan's embrace. His arms wrapped around me, protective and warm, his voice full of love. Another presence rested behind me, steadying me with gentle hands. My breath hitched, not from fear, but from emotion so strong it nearly broke me. Ryan whispered at my ear, I'm here, you're safe. A quiet moment passed. Then a new warmth pressed close behind me. Calm, grounding. Their hands never pushed, never rushed. They simply stayed near me, supporting me, guiding me with words alone, keeping me anchored between them. I clung to Ryan's shoulders, held between two steady presences, surrendering not to touch, but to trust. Their voices filled my world, reassuring me, praising me, lifting me. Time blurred again. Emotions swelled, and suddenly it all came crashing over me. A wave of feeling so deep, so overwhelming, I could barely breathe through it. I held on to them both, lost in the warmth of their words, in the soft praises whispered against my skin. For a long moment, none of us moved. Just breathing, just warmth, just connection. I still couldn't see, but I had never felt more aware of everything. I lay there breathless, the weight of what had happened settling over me. He had given me the ultimate gift, a moment of trust, of vulnerability, of emotional surrender. But a question lingered. Was it really for me, or was it for him? Would you ever do something this bold for your partner, or does the thought alone cross the line? Let me know in the comments. I'm curious to see where you stand. If you enjoyed the story, don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn on notifications so you never miss another one like this. Your support helps keep these stories coming. See you in the next.